Students, welcome to the new session on course of marketing of financial services. In this video, we would be going through a term which is called as financial planning as well. Let us try to understand the outline of this video. We have 4 points to discuss, starting with introduction to financial planning, paybacks of financial planning. In short, why should we go for financial planning? Congruence of life goals with financial planning. Is it a need? If yes, how? And roadmap for successful financial plan. Let us start with the introduction to financial planning. Dear students, we do many things to try and ward forwards future pain. Get annual physicals, save for retirement, buy insurance. Drawing up plans to combat the financial devastation from a global pandemic hasn't been one of them. In personal finance, personal is very important together with finance. It is personal and hence is required to be in tandem with individual needs, situation, financial crisis or stability of past, job, number of kids, parents, assets, liabilities and expenses, and thereon many points to be considered. The post independence generation for the first time has understood the importance of freedom. Likewise, millennium investors for the first time amidst the crisis are on course to learn the importance of financial security. In this context, let us try to look into financial planning. Financial planning is a process, not a product. It is a long term method of wisely managing your finances so that you can achieve your goals and dreams while at the same time negotiating the financial barrier that inevitably arise in every stage of life. In order to create a sound financial plan, goals must first be established. Data is then analyzed to gathered to analyze and evaluate your financial status. Once complete, your plan can be developed and implemented. Monitoring the plan on an ongoing basis is essential in order to make necessary adjustments to reach your goal, which makes very clear that financial planning is a step by step approach to meet one's life goals. A financial plan acts as a guide as one go through life's journey. Essentially, it helps one in control of their income, expenses, and investments such that one can manage their own money and achieve their goals. Let us have a look at some example. If you will definitely find out that there is one factor that all connects them, and that is nothing else but money. One need to have adequate amount of money to fulfill one's goals as well as desires. More importantly, you need to have money at the right point in time. For example, if you build up a corpus of rupees 10 lakhs for purchasing a bungalow through investment, you need to grow this amount by the time that is an end of fifth year, not a year later. This is where financial planning becomes essential. So we need to manage that. Moving forward, the point second of this video, we would be addressing what are the paybacks of financial planning. In short, let us try to look into what are the benefits of financial planning. There are numerous practical benefits of financial planning that will help you. The first, increase your saving. It may be possible to save money without having a financial plan. but it may not be the most efficient way to go about it. When you create a financial plan, one gets a good deal of insights into your income as well as expenses. One can definitely track and cut down the cost cautiously. This automatically would increase your savings in long run. That is what is the first benefit of financial planning. Second, financial planning also helps you achieves your goal, which will help you to enjoy a better standard of living. Most people assume that they would have to sacrifice their standard of living if their monthly bills and EMI repayments are to be addressed. On the contrary, a good financial plan, one could not need to compromise the lifestyle. It is possible to achieve one's goal while living in relative comfort if you plan through a financial planner. Financial planning also makes you equipped for emergencies. It means it will make you prepared for emergencies. That is, creating an emergency fund is a critical aspect of financial planning. Hope one need to ensure that one should have a fund that is equal to at least 6 months of your salary. This way, one don't have to worry about procuring funds in case of a family emergency or a job loss. The emergency fund can help an individual to pay for varied expenses on time. Financial planning also makes a destination of financial peace. In short, it will help you to attain a peace of mind. With adequate funds at hand, one can cover their monthly expenses, invest in future goals, and splurge a little for yourself and one's family without a worry. Financial planning helps one manage money efficiently and enjoy peace of mind. Don't worry if one have not yet reached this stage. But if you are planning for a financial planning, the destination of financial peace would not very far away. Last and most important payback of financial planning is relating life goals through financial planning. The importance of personal financial planning cannot be ignored. It is not just about increasing one's saving and reducing its expenses. Financial planning is a lot more than what it means. It includes achieving your future goals. That is what we need to address. That is most important. We can help congruence of life goals with financial planning. The most important, investing can help build wealth in long term. In short, financial planning is responsible for wealth creation. Dear students, you'd agree the rise is in the price of everyday item means that if you want to maintain or increase your current standard of living in future, you need to create a sufficient corpus of wealth. One also want to purchase a better car or a new house in future. All of this would require money, and it merely highlights the importance of wealth creation. It is possible to achieve these goals by carefully investing one's money in the right avenues. Equity mutual fund could be one of the suitable options for long-term goal. These funds could help the investor to accumulate wealth in long run. Investing can help build wealth in long run, but the need is to formulate an investor plan. Generally, investing as a ground rule has 6 steps to follow. One starts with setting up your financial goals. One should know the risk profile of an individual. Depending upon risk profile, should create an investment plan. Choose an asset mix. That is what he needs to. Asset mix is the investment in which you would like to and the returns that investment would give. Depending upon that, we would like to choose investments, and at the end, wherever you invest, dear students, try to have a timely review of the investment plan. The longer one lets your money work hard, the more money you take home. If you keep investing your monthly commitments, one will walk away with a large sum. Apart from that, one also needs to think of future. So make sure you retire from work but not from life. That is what makes us important, that we should plan something for our retirement also. The younger the generation, the faster they aim to retire from the everyday life of a salaried employer and enjoy the luxuries of retired man. As opposed to our previous generation, retirement now is much more than just sitting back and living off your monthly pension. Make sure you retire from work but not from life. There are different ways by which you can ace your second inning. For example, just pen down your estimated expenses. Means listing down one's expenses in order of priority and covering them one by one. Design a budget for each and every expense. Similarly, at point 2, try to create a contingency fund. Don't let unplanned expenditures burn a hole in one's pocket. Planning for what you know is going to happen is easier than planning for uncertain events such as medical expenses, unforeseen circumstances, or any such event that which might have not been expected by individuals. So one has to have good option to have funds dedicated to such contingency which may or may not befall you. Point number 3 in case of retirement is can be done through broadening the investment horizon. Do not shy away from equity. Move away from notion of sticking to low risk investment. One of the major threats affecting one's retirement corpus is inflation, as it eats your saving at an increasing rate. It's better to invest in equity instruments to counterattack inflation and accelerate the growth of your economy. The fourth rule is golden rule, which we have already discussed when we started this topic. And most important, the golden rule says the earlier you start, the bigger corpus one can accumulate. One should start investing at an earlier stage to allow one's saving to get compounded for a longer period of time. Treat one's retirement with as much importance as the current financial needs and start saving a small amount towards the goal of retirement. This is again a golden rule that starts early. And most important, avoid breaking into retirement corpus in between. Avoid the lure of digging into your retirement fund. We need to think that there is a common habit amongst young individuals: while switching jobs, they withdraw their PF balance instead of transferring it. Instead of withdrawing, let it get transferred, which will make a strong retirement corpus at the end. And most important that we talk about is the this saving tax. Every year, one probably pays a substantial amount of tax. So, for if substantial, but can you now longer your tax outgo legally? That is what we need to understand, and that is what we will try to understand with the next point, which will highlight most important aspect, that what is a roadmap for successful financial plan. We'll just look into the most important aspect is, let us try to understand with respect to a successful financial plan is, we need to look into and try to understand our current financial position. We need to write down our financial goals. Determine the status of your current finance. That is, what are your incomes, what are your expenses, what is debt, what are your savings and investment. This is a very first step in financial planning, as it gives one a good sense on the state of finances and the ways he can improve upon. Inscribe down your financial goals. One should ask to himself, what are the different financial goals he wishes to achieve in life. Write them on a piece of paper and try to see that what all can be done to achieve your financial goals. Similarly, he also needs to work upon the different investment options available. There are numerous investment options available. In mutual fund market alone, one can choose nearly from 2000 schemes available. Different investment avenues help investors to achieve different goals. Try to study those investment options. Implement the right plan. You need to select the right investment option based on factors such as one's goal, age, risk, appetite and investment. If one is unsure on the funds, one need to select its portfolio and avail a service of financial advisor. He is a certified professional who can help investors make the right investment choice. And last but not the least, one has to monitor its financial plan regularly. Financial planning process, dear friends, does not end once you invest your money. One needs to monitor how the funds are performing regularly. I would like to quote and conclude the session by a quote which is given by Benjamin Franklin, and rightly said, if you fail to plan, you are planning to fail. You have several different financial goals you wish to achieve, but to reach them at right point in life, you need to have a financial plan in place at a very young age. With this, I conclude the importance of financial planning for the students as well as for the marketer in the initial stage when he starts his career. Thank you.